Alrighty traders, hello everybody. Today guys, I want to give you guys an update across all the markets today to give you a bit of a sense of what's going on right now. And that's what I want to share with you guys. Guys, if you'd like to get access to my actual trading system, how I trade the markets, how I approach the markets, what sort of system do I use, the softwares, all that sort of stuff, there's a link in the description there, guys. You can get free access to that. So let's actually start off with this here, okay? If you've been following me now for the last sort of, even for the last couple of months, you will start to realize that that there is really only a really handful of major things that we really should be focusing on if we want to move the needle in order for us to become much better traders in the markets, right? Because if we focus on the wrong things, and unfortunately the wrong things can be indicators, right? And that's always the hardest thing, isn't it? It's like when you look at all these different indicators that you can see here, right? The awesome oscillator, the average true range, average index indicator, right? The bull bear power, right? You got all these different indicators through here. And the hardest thing for you, right? The hardest thing that I had to learn over the last 20 years of trading the markets is that the thing is that all these different indicators here, it's not really the needle mover activities, right? It's not really the needle mover activities that's going to really help you get the edge on your side. In fact, a lot of these indicators here are actually the opposite, right? They create confusion, but then on the foundations of you becoming really good at trading, what is that? You want to be able to approach a trading where you can have what? Big profits and small losses, all right? Or have the opportunity to let your profits run and cut your losses as short as possible, right? So, but the indicators are not going to do that for you, right? Because if say for example you're in a bullish trade, right? You're in the bullish trade, the market's going up, and you want to hold this thing for a couple of weeks, maybe for a month, as this thing has a big move. Generally, what's going to happen is these indicators are going to start to give you warning signs halfway through that to get out, and you're going to miss that opportunity. So, I wanted to start off with that there are the really big needle movers that's going to help you get a bit of clarity in the market has always been for me the weekly chart. Okay, in any market out there has always been the weekly charts. And when you start to apply weekly analysis around a weekly trend analysis around any market, you start to get a bit of an understanding, right? Because here's the thing, whenever we're looking at the actual stock market itself or any market out there, right? This is the daily charts here. And as you can see, I've only got one moving average on the screen here. But as you can see here, right, this here on the Russell right now, or any market out there really, the daily chart can be a little bit more. There's a lot what's called noise, right? There's a lot of ups and downs, and especially with the Russell, right? The Russell. By the way, I believe when it comes to the actual stock market, there's a great rotation happening right now within the markets, right? And the great rotation that's happening within the markets is starting to see that there, right? So if you look at the actual indices here, look at this here. Russell up 2.5%, Nasdaq up 0.4%, Dow up 0.6%, ES up 0.5%, Russell up 2.5%. What is that telling you? And the day before this, because this is going based off Friday's action, last week. Thursday was something similar, right? Thursday, Russell was up over 1% and everything else was up less than 1%. So you're starting to get that rotation and shift happening, right? You're starting to see that sort of, the small caps, right? The small caps, Russell 2000 is starting to get a lot of buying power through here. So could be something pretty big there through there, guys, okay? It's one of the reasons why I've always focused on Russell. But I want to go back to here, right? So whenever we're trading the markets, one thing that I'm always trying to do is I'm trying to say, okay, then I want I'm always trying to get a much clearer picture on what's really going on here, right? What is really going on here? And so for me, looking at the daily chart, say for example, if I'm trying to get a good understanding of the Russell, there's a lot of volatility here, okay, on the daily charts. But if I bring up the weekly charts here now, and I just apply some simple analysis. And what is simple analysis? A simple analysis in the actual market itself is what? And the simple analysis simply means that if a market is making higher lows and we continue to make higher lows, we're in a strong upward trend, okay? And I know this sounds really simple, but look at this here, right? Market goes up, market comes down, makes a higher low, comes up, comes down, makes a higher low, comes up, goes sideways, right through there. See, the unfortunate thing is that I know this sounds really simple, but traders, I'm telling you right now, if you start to really focus on this, what I'm telling you right now, you start to get a much, much clearer picture on why I've been so bullish this market this entire year. Regardless of how many scare things have been out there with the stock market, from this one simple thing I'm teaching you right now is letting you know how to take the emotion, the confusion out of the markets to make much better decisions. And it simply says that, like, as long as we have the low point here, higher low, another higher low, right? So as this market's coming down through here, what is this? Well, as long as we stay above this high through here, we could come down through here. What's the trend still? The trend's still up, right? Why? Because we're still making higher lows. What about if it does this? And then this here could be a 10% correction in the market. What's the trend still? The trend's still up. So people that are freaking out because they're focusing on the short term, they're missing the big picture there, right? They're missing the absolute big picture when it comes to the market. They're freaking out. They're saying, oh my goodness, the top's in, the market's going to crash. This is the start of the big meltdown, and all this sort of garbage that comes out around this arena, right? And then guess what happens? And again, are we still above this high here? Yes. So could we potentially still be making another higher low? Yes. Right? And then bam, away we go again. Right? Oh, look, there's another higher low. Oh yeah, no, John, tell me something new. Okay. Well, when this is happening, right, I'm going to use the color red. Where are we? When this is happening through here, if no, John, tell me something new. As that is happening, and this here could be a 10%. This here could be a 10% correction in the market. As that's happening, you say to yourself, no, John, tell me something new. Okay, cool. Well, I don't need to be freaked out about this drop because we're still we're still in a very big overall bull market. So as long as we make higher lows, what you don't want to see is you don't want to see this low broken, because once that happens, then we start to get a really big game change around there. But until that happens, game on for the bulls, okay? That means do not try to short this market. I don't care what you think, hope or fear, okay? Do not try to short the markets. Because guess what? The trend is your friend until the end, right? And the biggest profits are with the trend. The biggest profits are with the overall moves, not against the moves, right? Not against the moves, right? I see some people using divergences and double tops and heads and shoulders. Like, that's your trading setup. You know what you're doing there, right? You're using a reversal type of system. Why? Why, if you're doing that approach right now, I'm using the stochastics and RSIs for the divergence, and I'm trying to get the divergence. I'm like, why are you trading divergences for? Think about it. Divergence is what? You're trying to pick on that. You're trying to get that little short-term move there. Throughout the year, you want to have these periods where you can jump on really big moves, right? You want to have a big profit market? Cool. Well, you're not going to get that from a divergence setup. You want to get a really big profit in the markets? Cool. You're not going to get that from a double top. You want to get a really big profit in the markets? Cool. You're not going to get that from a head and shoulder formation. Why? Because they're all reversal patterns. All reversal patterns. When is the biggest? Where are the biggest profits? And I know this sounds really simple, right? Where are the biggest profits? The biggest profits are with the trend, with the trend, with the trend, with the trend. But what are most people doing? Oh, there's a divergence here. Oh, there's a double top formation here. You see what I'm saying here? Right? So what is your foundation? How do you approach? That's why, like with my trading guys, I just make it so much more simple that there. Anyway, so the purpose of me starting this session off for you today, guys, above that, is because it is actually it's one really simple technique. What's the weekly chart doing? And are we still making higher lows? Low, higher low, same low, we didn't break the low, higher low, and now we're making some sort of higher low through here. So the trend is still what? Up with the Russell, okay? Up with the Russell, which by the way, I believe the Russell is getting ready for some serious up move. I think the rotation in the Russell, I've been long the Russell the entire year, so I really do see that there's a great rotation happening with that there. Anyway, so let's go look at the Nasdaq right now. And same thing for the Nasdaq, right? So how are we approaching the markets here? Okay, how are we approaching the markets? Because a lot of people have been talking about this here, right? It's like, John, but there's a head and shoulder formation here, right? Look at that there. There's a shoulder, there's a head, there's another shoulder formation, right? Head and shoulder formation. But if you are trading heads and shoulder formation, which you shouldn't be, right? Because again, you want to be able to have the opportunity to jump on a big profit. Think about that. Big profits come from jumping on big trends and big moves. No, John, tell me something new. Okay, well, if that's the case, if you are trading divergence and you are trading heads and shoulders, you're trading reversal patterns. Reversal patterns are not where the big moves are made. It's continuation patterns, right? Continuing the big trend. Anyway, I hope you can see what I'm saying here, right? So a lot of people, and then they start to overlay all these other indicators. It's just like, you don't need that, right? Because what is this? What is this? Let's go down to, all right. As you can see, right, nothing is really new in these markets, right? So look at this here. Low, significant higher low, significant higher low. We actually came down to this low here, didn't we? But did we actually break the low? The answer is no. And now we're making another higher low, right? If you look what's happening just recently, what's happening right now, even on the daily charts, right? Higher low, higher low, higher low. But John, there's a head and shoulder formation. No. Okay, no. And one of the big things that a lot of traders forget when it comes to heads and shoulder formations, right, is one, you're generally trading against a big weekly trend through there. So I found that more times than not, heads and shoulder formations. What have I got that there for? Cool. Heads and shoulder formations are not. There's always a lot of fake head and shoulder formations. What am I talking about? What am I talking about here? So you might come up, might rally up, come up, come down, right? Come up, and then it starts to come down through here, right? Oh, but John, look, there's the shoulder there, there's the head there. John, it's a head and shoulder formation. And one thing I have found is more times than not, again, I'm still making higher lows, right? People say, oh, head and shoulder formation. It's like the market's going to go down. There's a head and shoulder formation there. But one thing that most people don't see is that it's not until we get the neckline breaking, right? And especially also breaking the low here, is when the head and shoulder formation actually starts to come into play. Then you can use your projection tools and project it down to here and so on and so forth, right? But until that happens, what more times than not, it's going to come back up through here, continue up through here, and then guess what? Higher low, higher low, higher low, right? So that's where, look what happened here. A lot of traders were pointing out this big head and shoulder formation here, but they don't realize, but the trend is still up through here. The big major trend is the most powerful thing out there, right? Let's go look at the YM. Like, look at the YM, the Dow. The Dow is very, 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 very strong. Through all this time, on the weekly charts, all this year, what has the YM, what has the Dow done? Low, higher low, higher low, higher low, and now another higher low. There is no sign of this trend ending. Why? Because now we've had a lot of volatility, yes, but we never broke the low, never broke the low, never broke the low, never broke the low, right? Same for the ES. And this is where a lot of traders got really, and as you can see, traders, right, like you got 1,000 different things out there to focus on, but I'm just teaching you, like, one of the most important things out there is what? There's the low. That last low through there, as long as the market's coming down through here, we're still above the high here. So this could just be a big correction before what? Go make another higher low. Right, there's the low through there. Oh, look, it made another higher low, and away we go. And now it's making another higher low, and away we go. Right? So this is there's no, like, you guys, if you've been watching me for the last, especially this entire year, you would know through all this time through here, I would say, don't worry guys, it's going to go back up. And it boom, goes back up, right? And then I started doing videos when this correction thing happened through here, right? This little drop through here, and people are like, oh my goodness, they're freaking out again, right? I'm like, don't worry about it guys. And I started doing things like, no, the top's not in, stay calm, right? What are we doing, right? Low, higher, low. The market's so strong right now, right? So again, my whole thing about this video for you guys is I want you to start to see the forest from the trees, right? From 20 years of owning this market, I'm trying to show you the forest from the trees of how you may be thinking about these markets the wrong way. Your approach to the markets might be the wrong way. Your system, your actual way you actually trade in the market is the completely wrong way. Because guess what? You want to be able to have opportunities where you can jump on big profits, right? Big profits, big profits, big profits. And also you want to be able to use techniques, simple techniques like this, to take the confusion out and just say, well, this is what the market's doing right now, so no need to worry, right? But as these drops have been happening, what have I been saying the whole entire time? What's the trend? Okay, low. We're still above this low through here. Okay, cool. It could just be another higher low. Bam, way we go. Down. Okay, cool. What's the trend? There's the low. We could be making another higher low, and away we go. And away we go. Higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, right? So, higher lows all the way we go, okay? So let's go look at now gold and silver. Now, silver actually had a really nice little sideways movement from here, and you can also see here that, oh yeah. So let's go, this weekly chart with gold, right? Same sort of thing, right? Nice, beautiful upward trend. We're now breaking up. We now have been slowly drifting to the upside, right? And now gold has made a really, really, really nice move to the upside. We did have about a support and resistance going on through here, right? So we had a lot of resistance through here, and then we broke up. We went sideways for about a month here, and now we're breaking back up. So gold looks really, 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 really strong through here. But simple thing, right? Low, highs are lows. Low actually made the same low. As long as if we make the same low but don't break the low, that's where the trend is up, right? High lows, higher lows, higher lows all the way up. You see that through there? So I'm gonna go short gold here. I had a mate who shorted gold over the last couple of months, and he had huge leverage on. Guess what happened? His account got liquidated in one trade by trying to short gold. Now he was using high leverage, he was using short-term charts, and guess what he was doing? John, there was a head and shoulder formation there. So I tried. Okay? So traders, again, my whole thing is I actually want you to do really well from trading. And I'm trying to show you probably my first 10 years out of my last 20 years is the stuff that I continue to focus on. I went back to all the time. I continue to check. I'm just like, these are not the big needle mover things, right? Because you want to be able to, throughout the entire, you want to have a really good trading year, right? You want to make money. You want to make a good profit this year. Okay, a good profit this year means that you're going to have, you need to have those times, 20, 30, 40% of the times, or the months, have really big spikes in your equity curve to have a really successful year, right? You're not going to get that by going against the trend. Okay, so don't ever think, and then don't ever think that. Okay, now that's what's happening with gold there. If we go look at actual silver right now, silver to me is getting ready for a really, 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 really big up move. So as this move was happening down with silver, right, we're getting this nice down, getting a bit of a downward sort of trend through here on silver. Remember I said before, one of the most important things of this video has been what? Weekly trend. Weekly trend. What is the weekly trend right now? If we have a look at this here, right? Now what I want you to do is when you're trying to see what the trend is, right, I want you to squeeze it up and I want you to draw like waves, right? We can see that was the wave through there, wave up, wave down. Then we had a wave up and then we had a wave down, right? And now we're doing this through here. So what's the trend? Low, higher, low. All this is just developing another higher low through here, right? Especially all this out this resistance level. So silver to me is getting ready to pop, right? Especially when we're now looking at things like now breaking out of this level from here to here. As you can see, right, big breakout from there to there when it comes to the silver price. So to me, it looks like the silver and gold, or gold and silver, and the stock market, there's a lot of bullishness happening out of here. But if I had to sort of condense that down to two of my sort of faves out of these markets right now, these are just looking at the indices, and gold and silver has been gold. I think gold has a potential of being a big move. And then also the Russell of what I see having a potential big move as well.